All right, another morning, same woodland, which I always come to some form of decision paralysis. I think always struggling, wanting to go for a walk, wanting to do stuff, but always panicking and ending up in the same place. Anyway, been doing that now since I moved to where I am now. For the best part of 4 years probably, and over the time, I've obviously taken a lot of photos up here, and as usual I had an idea a while ago to make something with that, and the intent is to make or document this area, or my sort of working title maybe as patch, right? And I kind of looked up on the map, found a small area, and I now just sort of I walk beyond that, but I document all that sort of space with the intent of trying to create some kind of, I guess, zine maybe. But this is me kind of, I've mentioned it before, but stating this is what I want to do, but we're going to kind of go into it a bit more, maybe start to look back at some of those images and just kind of build it from there really, and actually use this space, this platform, as a way to kick me into gear, get my ass going again. But anyway, that's probably the result of a dull day. Not much going on, so there's still always a photo, but it's pretty dull in here really. So we're just going to get the legs going and discuss patch really. Okay, so I guess first and foremost, shouldn't necessarily impose any rules upon this project, but one of the key factors is that it is about 3 kilometers squared. So on the OS map it's just covering 3 by 3 squares across this sort of Ashridge estate, including some of the sort of easier access points for me, and so that then allows me to then be able to maybe stop on the way to work or just easily access the sort of interesting spots. But a big part of it is like it's just a good foundation just to keep it simple and sort of create, I don't know what to create, I suppose just to create this ease really of capturing images, and also then through that repetition of going to the same spot and spots over and over again, you either start to see things differently or you get to see them as they change. And that's a big part of patch, I suppose, is that change, and how a location will evolve, or how my relationship with that location will evolve as well. So from here we can see the edge, that ridgeline all the way along the top up there, Pitstone Hill, sort of up there. That is one edge of the patch. Kind of, guess, currently walking right through the middle of it, and then it then goes up and round, covering Ivanhoe Beacon and stuff. But that's sort of like the furthest edge or part of it. So got a very varied kind of landscape of ridge lines, woodland, lots of bits in the middle that you can't really explore that I need to still explore. But yeah, lots of opportunity for lots of different types of shots. The key is just trying to remember that. You know, there's all sorts of fields and stuff up here where the deer will hide that I need to get into. We just need to pick and find the right day for that. Okay, so let's talk about patch. I've made some notes, so kind of forgive me for actually reading them out. But you know, the plan for patch is as kind of discussed, but documenting a small part of the Chiltern Hills, and I kind of, for creativity point of view, or an evolving creativity, I think choosing a location and kind of sticking to it is really going to help. Obviously I've got, you know, tons and tons of images already that I can use, but the idea, and that's where this kind of idea kind of has come from really, but it should allow me to kind of open up new areas, new things, you know, to sit down, to take it in, see, you know, new treasures as such, right? But also it means I get to explore it across different seasons, watch it change. This winter has felt like an age, still going. You get hints of what feels like spring, and then no. Even today promised sunshine. It's warmer at least, that's something, but there we are. But I just think it's really important to kind of not overreach and just kind of condense my photography into a small area, try and build something from that. Yeah, and I think it's just will help kind of celebrate its uniqueness, maybe my uniqueness, but also just pushing some skills, trying different things, you know, when the weather's different, doing different bits and pieces. But I suppose the bottom line is that it gets me out. Now is probably a good time now just to kind of look over some of my favourite images, not too many, and just kind of bring them all together and start to show you maybe the direction this book, zine, could go in.